This is Module 3, SOLIDWORKS Scale assignment. And what we want to do today is show you how to start with a view that might be a scale of 1 to 1, and then pull the different views off of here. And all we're going to do today is change the scale on each of these views. This is all the same tire, but each view has a different scale, and we want to show you how to do that today. So this is what our final project will look like. We need 2 files in order to make this happen. The first one is we actually need the tire, the part file, which is right there, and that should be located in Module 3. And we also need a blank working environment. So I'm going to click on that one and get us a blank working environment. The first thing we want to do is bring in our front view. So I'm going to come over here to View Layout, and I'm just going to go to Model View. There's my tire sitting there because I already have it open. If I needed to, I could browse out and find it. So I'm just going to double click it, and now it wants to know which view do I want, and I want to click on the front view right there. So I click on the front view, and I'm going to bring that in and set that in. When I bring that in, I'm going to come over and, if I click on it, I'll bring up the properties over here. And I like the shaded view on that, and it'll also tell me what my scale is for that one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some other views. I'm going to come up here to Projected View, and I'm going to click on the front view, and I can bring in a projected view on an isometric up here in the upper right hand corner. Let's go to Projected View again, click on it, and let's put in another isometric view, Projected View, and let's put in all 4, so Projected View. Whoop, I didn't want that one, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one out, and let's try that again. Projected View, click on the front view, and drag it. Now I can take these are not, isometric views are not tied to my original, so I can grab those and move those anywhere I want. So we started with our front view at 1 to 1, and let's change this upper right hand view also to 1 to 1. So I click on that, and let's just come down and check it and make sure it's 1 to 1. This isometric over here, we want to be 1 to 2, so I have it clicked, and I'm going to use a custom scale, and I'm going to go 1 to 2, and that'll change that to half scale. Let's click on this view down here, and we're going to change it to 2 to 1. Come down, use custom scale again, and find 2 to 1. There it is right there. Notice that makes it quite a bit bigger, so we'll crowd that a little bit. This one over here in the right hand corner, let's make it a scale of 3 to 2. Use custom scale, 3 to 2. There it is. Now what we want to do is we want to label all of these views the right size. Let's go ahead and make this one a little bit smaller, and let's make it 2 to 3. There we go. Let's make that one 2 to 3. All right, so now the last thing we need to do is just put a scale factor on all these. Let's go over to Annotation and go to Note. And I'm going to put a note right here underneath the front view. And I'm just going to make sure cap lock is on. So I'm going to call that the front view, and it's the scale of 1 to 1. And let's go up here to this one. And this one is a scale also of 1 to 1. Down here on the bottom, if I remember right, this scale was 2 to 3. And this one up in the upper left-hand corner is a scale of 1 to 2. And this big one down here is a scale of 2 to 1, or double the scale. So we've got half scale, double scale, full scale, and between half scale and full scale. Once I have all of my views in place and I have them scaled correctly and annotated correctly, I need to come down and change my title block. In order to change my title block, it's a right click on the sheet of paper, and I'm going to go to Edit Sheet Format. Just double click the area you want to change, type in all of the required information. Once you have finished updating your title block, it's a right click, Edit Sheet, and that will bring us back out to our views. And now I'm ready to print. I'm going to come up and find the printer. You should have your printer here in your own school. I'm going to print the current sheet, click OK, and it will send it to the printer.